Let's talk about the Dusan Vlahovic situation. Juventus versus Vlahovic. He's got one more year. He wants his 12 million. Juventus want him gone. It's getting messy. It really, really, really is. And you know why it's such a difficult situation for Tudor, for Damien Comolli, for the Juventus board? It's difficult because it feels like Vlahovic has Juventus by the balls. He has them by the balls. He's in control. He's got power on his side. Let me explain. And let's try to look at it from both perspectives. Now, Juventus, they want to sell Dusan Vlahovic for a variety of different reasons. Like, besides the fact that he's the highest paid player in the Serie A and he earns a shit ton of money, which he's not really proven his worth on the pitch. But strictly from a football standpoint, as a football club, you're allowed to turn around after 2, 3, 4 years of having an asset and saying, you know what? I want to head into a different direction. I want to play a different brand of football. I want to bring in a different striker of a different personality, of a different skill set. As a club, you're allowed to chop and change when it comes to your players. And with Vlahovic, I feel like he's made it so easy for Juventus to pull the trigger on him based on his performances. Like, last season was supposed to be the breakthrough campaign in a Bianconeri shirt. Like, he's free from Allegri's rigid tactics. He's now got Motta, total football, play on the front foot. Fair enough. Motta couldn't really implement his philosophy. Hence, you couldn't really see the benefits of it on a consistent basis. Then Igor Tudor comes in, an admirer of Dusan Vlahovic. And me, I've come out on record and said, this is where his career will change. This is a coach that admires him, that likes his play style, that knows how to get the best out of a profile like his, and he's a supporter. He's an advocate of somebody like Dusan Vlahovic. So as a player, when a coach comes in that you know already from the outside he trusts you and he likes you and he wants to build a team around you, surely you would give 20, 30, 40%. And it hasn't even been the case. It hasn't been the case. I can't think of a single decent Vlahovic performance under Igor Tudor. Fast forward to the summer. But the problem is, as much as Juventus might want to let him go, the ball's in his court, I'll be honest with you guys. Like, the power is on his side. He knows I can turn down every offer that comes through the window. Every single offer, I can turn it down. And by the way, Juventus, they don't have to play me, because I feel like Juventus are going down this avenue that Milan went down when it came to Theo Hernandez, which is they wanted to move in a completely different direction. They wanted to move away from somebody like Theo Hernandez. Offers were coming in, but Theo Hernandez and his agent were turning them down. They don't want to go to the Middle East. They don't want to go to this place. They want to stay in Europe's top 5. They want to play for a Champions League team. They kept turning them down. There was even a period where, based on whether or not it was true or not, Milan's board gave him an ultimatum. You either sign a contract with one of these teams, or you're not part of the matchday squad heading into the new Serie A campaign. But in my opinion, that type of threat doesn't apply to footballers nowadays. It doesn't. I feel like nowadays footballers are like, no problem. 1 year wasted of my career. Do you know how much money I'm about to make? And at the end of it, I will leave for free. And I can handpick whichever club that I want to go to. What's it called? The Bossman transfer, yeah, the Bossman transfer. So many players nowadays are running down their contracts because they know I can't go to the team that I really want to play for because they're not going to pay. They're not going to pay Juventus what they want. They're not going to pay Milan what they want. So you know what? Let me just stick around, get comfortable, get myself a bottle of water, put my feet up and chill. It's 12 months. Time flies. And then I get to leave. And you know when they leave, you know how much money they get to put in their own individual pocket when it comes to the commission, when it comes to the signing on bonus. Like, there's a reason why a lot of players are doing it, and we see it left and right. Like, for example, Trent, a boyhood Liverpool fan, done it for Liverpool in order to force a move to Real Madrid. It's going to happen. It's going to continue happen. And when it comes to Vlahovic's case, if he does so, Juventus will have to pay him his contract. Now, Juventus, of course, are exploring the idea of splitting his 12 million over 2 years. But now it means you have to offer him another contract. This doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Yes, financially, in terms of the accounting books, it makes sense because you've now split 12 million over 2 years. It makes sense in terms of the accounting books, okay? Financially, it makes sense. But this is a guy who, regardless of, like, this is a guy where, let's say, at the moment, the stocks are down. In 12 months' time, the stocks won't even exist. It's finish! Finish! It's a crypto coin that doesn't even exist anymore. You can't even buy it. At the moment, the stocks are down. In 12 months' time, if he doesn't play, if he gets fringe minutes, if he finishes the campaign on 2 to 3 goals, the stocks are down at the moment. This time next year, the stocks won't even exist. They won't even exist. But now, you've still got him for another 12 months. Do you see what I mean? Do you see what I mean? Like, it's such a difficult situation because what do? Do you keep him around? Because I'm now coming to the mindset of keep him around, not as the main number 9. Because listen, he's an asset. You want to pump money into something where at least you're utilizing it, even if it's coming off the bench for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, scoring you the odd crucial goal. You can't be paying somebody 12 million a season and you don't play him a single minute. And I feel because of that, if Juventus can't sell him, no team is willing to pay him what he wants in terms of wages because clubs across the world are more than happy to pay the 20, 25 million for somebody like Dusan Vlahovic. They're more than happy. It's more his wages and his own personal demands. Juventus might have to explore the idea of keeping him around, playing him second fiddle to somebody like Jonathan David, hoping and praying that he has an amazing campaign. Yes, he will leave for free, but at least they could turn around and be like, you know what, we paid him 12 million, but he got us 10 Serie A goals, which contributed to us coming second, or to us winning the Serie A, or to us winning the Coppa Italia, or to us getting to the semi-finals of the Champions League. Like, at least we could turn around and say, we got something for the money we spent. You see what I mean? Like, we got some value for money. The idea of exiling him and him not being part of the matchday squad, for me, it doesn't make sense. The idea of splitting him over 2 years, it doesn't make sense because it's not a Victor Osimhen where Osimhen, it was split over 2 years. He went on loan to Galatasaray. He scored goals for fun. But even prior to the Galatasaray move, so many teams looked at Osimhen in favour of him. They were like, we want him. He's a good player. He scores goals. He's a winner. He has so much to offer. Split it over 2 years, so financially it helps Napoli. But Napoli knew, even after this year, we could still charge a lot of money for this guy because he scores goals. Like, the striker market is so bad. The striker market is so bad. Victor Osimhen is in demand, but the striker market is not that bad for people to want a Dusan Vlahovic who can't control a ball. And this isn't me saying he can't control a ball. Like, at the end of the day, he's a professional footballer. But I just feel like his head has drifted away so much from Turin, Juventus, Tudor. It's just drifted away. He can't do the basics. He can't even carry himself as a good Samaritan, as a good professional footballer, like in Jude Bellingham's posts of Real Madrid beating Juventus. Like, you don't do those things. He might be your friend, but come on, not on social media when you know everybody is micro-analysing every single small detail. Like, you don't do these things. But I feel like his head has drifted away so much. But in reality, if you want to drift away yourself, just lower your demands. But should he? Like, let's be honest, should he? 12 million. 12 million a campaign. He knows if I was to leave, I'm not getting... Like, I'll be honest with you guys, he might even be lucky to get 50% of that. Milan don't want to offer him 8 million. The only club that's offered him 10 is Fenerbahce in Turkey, and he doesn't want to go to the Turkish league. He's got Juventus by the balls, I'll be honest with you guys. Like, split the contract over 2 years, it benefits Juventus financially, but now it's the same problem next year. It's a temporary solution, but the problem remains permanent. You don't find a solution this summer? No problem. You buy yourself another 12 months. This time next year, you've still got yourself the same problem. Now it's being reported that they're going to terminate his contract. Now, based on what I know, if the contract gets terminated, him and the club have to come to an agreement over a package. So why would he not come into the negotiations and say, you want to terminate my contract? I was scheduled to earn 12 million. Give me 12 million. If we're going to terminate, give me 12 million. Now, fair enough. I feel like Juventus would be doing him more of a favour, because now that your contract is terminated, you become a free agent. So you get the boss man transfer 1 year early. So maybe, just maybe, he might turn around and say, cool, give me 9 million. But even then, 9 million, like 10 million, 8 million, I don't know. I'll be honest with you guys. Like, if I was a board member, I would genuinely start looking at him and saying, maybe, just maybe, I have to find a way to integrate this guy into the team, because I'm paying him a shit ton of money. I need to gamble getting something in return. But I'll be real, it's a difficult situation, because in my opinion, if he doesn't get sold, it's going to hold back a lot of future transfers, because his wages can be split over 2 to 3 players. But it's a tough one, I'll be honest with you guys. Now, if you're new, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, engage in the comments. Let me know what you think of the Dusan Vlahovic situation. And I will catch you guys on another one.